Good. Ian, it's a win in the trophy on penalties. It's not the way you would like to have done it, but how are you feeling after that?
Obviously relieved. Just pleased to be in the next round, really. Felt sending off changed the game a little bit. They defended for their lives, and you've got to say they defended really well. They got 10 men behind the ball. Really, very rarely got out of their own half, but it wasn't good enough. I felt today we just we're a little bit slow in the way we moved the ball. Some of the transitions was too slow, and when we did get in good areas, we wasn't good enough. But you've got to give full credit to Braintree, because they've obviously came here and they've had the players sent off after sort of 15 minutes, and it's made it a difficult day for us. But we stuck at it, and as I said all along, we do fancy ourselves when we go to penalties, but we've missed one, and they've obviously missed two, so it's into the next round now.
And Alex, obviously one of the things that going to penalties brings is someone has to be the hero, and today it was you. The terrace behind the goal was packed. How was it for you?
Obviously, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was really scared taking a penalty, but someone has to do it, and obviously I was happy that it went in. It just about went in, but I'm happy we just won, to be honest.
And Ian, I think we know from where they are in the league and having played them already that they're not going to come out and play the kind of football we do. How much of a challenge was that? Like you said, the down to 10 men even added to that?
As I said it earlier, they've changed 4 or 5 players. If you look at their results over the last sort of 6 or 7 weeks, they've improved from where they were, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. They're defending for their lives. There's a great team spirit about them, so we knew what it was going to be about. And the only way you can undo teams like that is by scoring goals. And when we got some chances, they defended unbelievably well. We never really tested their keeper. I felt we was having too many touches on the ball. We didn't get round the outsides of them enough and get good quality balls in. So it was always going to be tough. But as I say, you've got to give them full credit. They knew at the end of it there was going to be penalties, and they knew that that was probably their one way of winning the tie after they lost one of their players after 15 minutes. But so sort of along as football, you're going to take the rough with the smooth. We've had a long season to where we are now. We've had a lot of games over the last few weeks. Full credit to the players, because they stuck at it. They still kept going, and as I said to you, when we got to the penalty situation, I still fancied us to go and make sure we got into the next round.
And obviously it's a very physical game. I heard a lot of shouts that go straight through him from their players from where I was. How is that for you, Alex, coming in as a young player? I know quite often the big gap from academy football to this level is the physicality, and they were one of the most physical we played.
When we first played them, I thought it was one of my most physical games as well. But you can't really go into games being scared. You have to go in there 100%. I don't really think about it, to be honest. You can't really pull out a tackle. If you pull out a tackle, you'll get hurt. And I think you're at this level, and I think players will if you seem scared, I think they'll kind of see that and they'll try and pick on you a bit more and target you more, so you've got to play with 100% confidence.
And obviously on that far side, Hugh's gone down injured from that tackle, which resulted in the red card. Have you got an update on how he is? Yeah.
No, we just all I know at the moment, I think he's gone off to hospital. He suffered quite a bad gash on his shin, so until we know from his dad or from Dave, the physio, then we're not gonna know. But we just wish him all our best. It was just one of them that the referee see it. The referee got the red card out very quickly. It was just a late challenge that could have been avoided.
And obviously this referee was meant to be refereeing a League 2 game this week. He's down here today. Do you notice a different, Alex, when you're playing with these referees from the higher standards?
Not really, to be honest, but I think this referee, he handled the game pretty well. The tackle on Hugh was disgraceful, and I think the ref knew it as well. But he was giving us good decisions. There was nothing really, like I say, anything bad about it. He handled the game well.
And Ian, now obviously this is an advancement in the trophy. We've got a busy section of fixtures coming up, 3 games in a week over the Christmas period. How is it for you having to prep that now another injury comes in?
Well, we just got to see where we are. Obviously we haven't risked Mitchell Weiss today because he's had a slight injury. David Noble's coming back from a virus, so we didn't risk David today. Obviously Hugh now's picked up a nasty injury. Bailey Brown's got a groin injury. So it's testing the squad. We've said all along that it would test us. Michael Clark has obviously twisted his knee, so he had a scan yesterday. So it is one of them things, it is putting a lot of pressure on the squad. But we'll just have to take stock this week in terms of maybe we might need to bring 1 or 2 players in just to make sure that we've got a strong squad going into the new year, because it's going to be a tough period of games. We know that, and One thing I've got a question is whether Alex dived for his booking or whether it was a foul.
Alex, what's your opinion on that? Was it a dive?
100% penalty, yeah.
And now, Alex, obviously, next up here is Hemel on Boxing. Hemel away first on Boxing Day, and then we come back here on New Year's Day. 2 derbies, your first derbies in a Saints shirt. How is that building up for you?
I'm really excited for it, to be honest. I mean, I remember last year I was in the stands watching it, and I mean, it's one of them ones I always want to be in, and I can't wait for it.
And Ian, for you, complementing those 2 Hemel games, we've got a game against currently top of the table Oxford City. It's a tough 3 fixtures to have, isn't it?
I think at this stage of the year, where we are, every game's a tough fixture. I think you've seen today how tough today was. I know it was trophy today, but again, when we play these again in the new year, it'll be as tough as what it's been today. And as I said along, you earn the reputation of being a good side, which I think we've earned. Teams will make it really tough for us. And we've got to overcome all of those obstacles. We've got to make sure that we're on top of our game. We're doing things correctly in what we're doing. We plan and prepare correctly and make sure we get the injured players back as quick as we can, because that will be the task in terms of where we are going into the Christmas period and the New Year period.
And just finally, obviously we had 702 fans here today. We know about all the advice, we know about the rising COVID cases. How important is it that our fans keep themselves safe, and what we're doing as a squad to keep ourselves safe?
Well, massively, because I know in terms of what we're doing as a football club and what I'm doing as a manager is that the players are testing 3 times a week. So far, we've been clear of COVID, but at this time last year we went into lockdown because we got 12 personnel in terms of players, staff and management got the virus. So we know it's out there. We know it's not a nice disease, as I said before, and we've got to make sure that we stay on top of it. Players have got to take responsibility from what they do, and we've got to stay on top of what we're doing in terms of going into that Christmas period and the New Year period.
Yep, thank you both.
Cheers, Will. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.